Twitter moment from the weekend.
Better than mine.
What was yours? Oh, the little left
the
footer.
dribble one.
That didn't even win goal of the week.
Do that
Oh, no, robbed.
It was all on the lucky bounce, though. Jack Revolt, welcome.
How are we, gentlemen?
Jordan Lewis.
Boys.
Hello.
Oh, yeah,
So
just
we're going to
something
keep tabs on
players.
this right through the year because we've sort of pitched camp. So, Buddy or Luke Parker?
Oh, Franklin. That was unbelievable, wasn't it?
You've gone across.
Just behind mine.
Reminder.
He, what a start to the year Buddy's having. How good is it?
That was a great goal. There's no doubt that was a great goal. But look, and this game was tight.
Which one are you, Jordan?
Bud's probably watching, so I'll go Bud.
Yeah.
So you're going to go the other
Come
way?
on.
I was saying to Jack before, the reason why he kicks these goals, and yeah, he's got an unbelievable talent, but no one would even think about kicking that. Like, he's just got that innate ability to think past other people and what they think about. Like, I can't kick that distance, but there's a lot of players that can kick that distance, but don't actually process that this could be possible. He just goes for it, and just risk versus reward. And countless times we've seen him kick multiple goals like that. I mean, he's going to kick over 1,000 goals for his career, which is outstanding.
We're doing some new things in TV tonight. I don't know if you noticed, live and exclusive, and we went live.
I saw that. You looked a bit like a fish out of water.
No, I
I
didn't.
think
Jared
it was
did.
Rogue for
Jared
a
did.
second. Rogue.
I was just thinking, can we do something special? Next time Buddy does something freaky, on a Tuesday night, can you ring him and see if he can come on live? And I want you to sort of interview him. And
How does he come on live? Do you FaceTime?
No, we just get him on the phone.
On the phone?
Would you do that? Would you talk to him?
Yeah.
Because I would love to
So it's
talk.
probably going to be this week.
Yeah,
He
next
does a
Tuesday.
freakish thing.
Rolling out one a week.
Next
One a week.
Tuesday. I'm being serious.
He's hard to get, actually. Gibbo did their game on the weekend and he got access to Bud, which apparently is quite hard these days to get access to the
You've
big
got to
fella.
be mates, mate.
Hey?
You've got to be... Are you mates with Buddy?
No, I'm not, but it'll be a real test of your friendship because if you ring him and he doesn't answer, I will be sitting here in a fit of laughter.
It's like Spud Frawley and Tony Lockett.
Before we get to the key issues, just let me ask you, were you around the score review? What was your position in all of that?
Well, I was obviously right there in the forward line and you could see on Jason Castagne's face, which is blank at the best of times, that he knew that he hadn't kicked it. But in chatting with Brett Roseberry, it came out that the wrong button was pushed and it got me thinking, how do you push the wrong button? Is it sort of one of those things where you're with your mates and you might have his hand hovering over something and then you push his hand down? Is that what's happened in the...
I hope that's not happened.
Because
The umpire's mates are forcing his hand over.
how can you push the wrong one? But then the Hawthorn players were arguing that it was wrong, and my simple opinion is you can't review a review, can you? But apparently you can.
It was an unusual moment.
Yes, we would have taken the goal though.
3 weeks for biting. Where are your peers? Where are the peers?
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's a rare case, thank God. And they probably tried to match it up to the Maston one. He got 2 weeks. The bite wasn't as bad from what we hear. Or the bite was worse, it penetrated the skin. Maybe we missed a chance to make a real point of it. 3 weeks probably isn't hefty enough.
It's interesting though, Jack, isn't it? It is rare. It is rare. How would you feel if it was you on the receiving end? Instead
wouldn't be
of
wrapped.
viewing it from from where we all are.
Yeah, I wouldn't be wrapped if that was me copping a bite to the neck. I think 3 weeks might be a little light as well. And I reckon that it's something that, obviously, in the findings, it wouldn't be a substantial injury as like a concussion or something else. But for the look of the game, certainly something that is pretty poor.
Do you guys sort of bring this up at player level? Obviously, you talk about it amongst your teammates at the club. Would your reps, as part of the process, take it to the Players Association? Because we're always talking about the players setting the parameters. You guys have got to police each other in some way. Would that go further through the players or not?
I don't think so. I think the system's in place with the tribunal to cover that. We play the game. We're obviously over a lot of the topics that happen. But certainly we don't hand out penalties. It's not within our job description. But the Players Association may have a say in what happens to their players. But it is a little bit of a conflict of interest when you're representing both sides. But you trust the tribunal to make the right decision. They've got 3 guys on there, so 3 really strong opinions. So you trust that they've got all the information and make that right decision.
It is interesting, though, to hear that they're out of step with 2 players who are out on the field, and I suspect you wouldn't be in the minority of those who are playing. So that's interesting. How'd you view the shrugging tackle debate, which Alistair Clarkson sparked and Chris Scott bit back at?
Oh, it's sort of the song that never ends, really, the shrugging debate. And the majority of the criticism is placed on to Joel Selwood. For mine, I just think you've just got to be better at tackling. He's got his hands on the ball at the moment, and he's getting his hands on the ball, and the game's been based around tackling for over 100 years. I still think that you have to be better at tackling.
Yeah, I think it's drawing a long bow to say that attributes to concussion. I mean, with the Joel Selwood one nearly every time, it's the second impact that hits him high, so it's not as forceful. But yeah, I think they've tried over the last couple of years to try and get that and not be a free kick, which would then stop players actually doing it. But yeah, I think it's drawing a long bow.
Why did you attack Paul Piopolo? Why do you think your teammates went after Paul Piopolo then? Good question, isn't it?
Oh, it is a good question.
I don't think players like it. Players don't like it, and it's part of the game, and these guys are getting free kicks for it. So they're allowed to do it. It's getting rewarded. So it's until the umpire...
Poppy didn't do anything wrong then, no? That was a free kick, wasn't it?
That was a free kick, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you remember though back to Lindsay Thomas when he was getting a lot of free kicks for it? And people were actually, like, fans were booing him and players were getting into him. I think it's just born out of frustration, to be honest. I think there that guys develop a reputation for getting those free kicks, which at the moment is a talent like anything else, to be able to draw a free kick now. For the longevity of the player, using your head, I don't know whether that's the smartest way to go about it, but it's something that I suppose the players don't like, and get frustration about.
Oh, you were calling the game. It was a real flashpoint in the game. Like the Richmond players they attacked him.
Yeah,
they all went for him.
We've had enough of this.
Yeah, but don't do this. It was really interesting how your teammates respond. Did you run in? Where were you? You were at the other end of the ground.
Yeah, too far to run and too expensive to run in there as well. No, I was at the other end. It was a bit of a little stoush, that one. So.
Yeah, it was, which was good. Because
the game was sort of bubbling along a little bit like that. I reckon there was a few little moments where there was just a few little bits of anger, and then it sort of outpoured all in that sort of one situation there where... I wouldn't want to wrestle Sirioli. I can tell you that right now.
He's strong. Very strong.
Who did he go after? Was it that? No, it was...
Might have been Grimesy, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to wrestle Sirioli, I can tell you that.
Tell us about Jack Higgins and how good it was to see him start like that.
Oh, he's a very exciting kid. Very, very bubbly. Has the football chip that I think is so important to play the game. His parents were there on the weekend, obviously, and the smile on his parents' faces, and just the pride that they have in their son to play AFL footy. I think shows how much it means to family and friends.
It reminds me of a young you.
Yeah, I reckon people could get put off by the celebrations and whatnot, but. That's what we love about him. He's such an excitable young man. He's so professional. I've never seen a kid come in and be as professional as he is. He's very diligent and got his chance to play in front of 70,000 screaming Richmond supporters on the weekend, and he certainly didn't disappoint.
It was great to see him sort of lay it all out there for us all to enjoy.
Yeah, I love that. I reckon players are becoming... a little bit more aware of their actions on the field, especially celebrations, and sort of gone out of our game. But, I mean, to see a young kid come in and play quite well and kick a few goals, and I know as an older guy, if you see a young kid do something well, it certainly gives you a bit of a buzz and just lets you know that they're enjoying it. And that's what our game's about. You've got to enjoy yourself.
Majak?
What are you looking at?
We've invited Majak Doran.
I'll lift the neck brace at home.
Hey,
solid hit.
It was a good hit.
Great hit.
You've delivered them in your life.
Oh, no,
You've delivered them. It was a really good. Take us through it. Oh,
it was brilliant.
When did you know? When did you know?
When I was on my backside. It was. I had no idea there. I thought Lever was putting the ball out in space so I could actually run and get it.
What was that?
But you can't let him go, can you?
Just let him know that it didn't really hurt. I woke up the next morning and I couldn't even lift my head up. It was that sore. But he played quite well, actually, Majak. He was very good in defence. Yeah.
Learning, you both of you haven't said this, but both of you played really solid games on the weekend. I don't know if you played in a different position. You've been playing back flank a bit. It seemed that you were more involved through the middle this week.
Yeah, I played probably 80% wing.
Did you really?
Yeah, which is a bit different to the first couple of games. Played a little bit more defence. So it was nice to be up the ground and getting involved. And
it was a really interesting game, this. I mean, North Melbourne showed plenty, and you guys had opportunities to put them away. You didn't, so that questions will come on you again. And from a North Melbourne point of view, young team, they were in it for a long way, and they didn't get blown away. They fought and fought and fought. Yeah,
they're going to win some games this year, and I know they've been harshly criticised in the media, but they were competitive. We had a really good third quarter, but we couldn't put them away. They just, their pressure was really good, and it probably wasn't until the last quarter where we actually got some ascendancy and had a really good win. But they were really competitive for the majority of the game.
And your game, Jack?
Yeah, just chugging along, playing up there, line key forward again. We missed Cads this week, so we were even shorter again than some of the weeks prior to that. But we played pretty well, I think, for 3 quarters, and then we're disappointing in the last quarter. We probably let the Hawks back into it, but we managed to get the points, which at this stage of the year is the most important.
Over the top, Jordan.
Little Joe the
Yeah,
Goose.
Joe the Goose.
That one there.
Usually hooks these.
Defensive intercept mark, so...
Well
both
done.
ends of the
5
ball.
votes from the coaches this week, I think.
Oh, really?
Ah,
You know, you rang me up and told you
Isn't it funny when he comes into the green room, he knows everything that goes on in footy.
and he gets on the desk and he knows nothing.
Student of the game.
Extra screen time too is heading to position.
Me?
No.
Oh, Jack. Oh, yeah, me
Right
time.
to the heart
Yeah, I
of
saw
the
that.
game in the lead up to the siren.
What have you done,
Cashy.
mate?
When you kick a goal...
Yep.
Who do you play?
Here it is. What are you doing here, Jack?
Yeah, so Kingy's out interviewing as they walk to their positions.
Yeah.
It's fantastic access.
Yeah, so I got asked about it during the week. I thought, why not?
What I didn't see it. What was he asking? What did you say?
They asked me what we're focused on early, which I said we're... first things first, I want to get our centre bounce structure right and start to get the game going in our way with the way we felt our structures needed to structure up and what my role was going to be based around, who I thought might play me, which was I thought would be Frawley. I got rotated around a little bit. Their backs sort of held in their zones, in their lines, so tried to take Frawley up the ground a little bit and sort of said that I was going to do that. So it gives a bit of a different insight into the game. Hopefully it provided something for the fans at home.
Absolutely. You should encourage...
Free of charge as well.
Yeah, but in all seriousness, I think it's great access to the players, and not every player would be comfortable doing that, but certainly the more mature and players who have been around a long time, it wouldn't interfere with your game at all. But it gives the people sitting on the couch at home a different aspect and understanding what people might be thinking about when they're walking out to their position.
Very quick. You, Jared.
No, you've got a rascal?
Well,
It's back.
Are you chief executive again?
Yeah, CEO. I haven't given my place up yet. I came in here tonight thinking that I had one.
Yep.
And there was a few suitors. Very funny footage from the Gold Coast, actually, when they had the game up in Cairns and it poured down with rain. But unfortunately, we haven't come up with one that I deemed suitable enough for the show. So I'm asking the fans out there to jump on board. We need a big week.
Is that a letdown?
No, we need a big week this week. Everyone's got Foxtel, obviously, watching this, so we can rewind and record. And I want the most rascalish rascal next week.
Can it be non-football? Can it be from
It can be
anywhere?
non-footy. It can be anything. I just want something that will really tickle
Should have been Jordan's
mine and Geordie's fancies.
Jordan's little round arm into Majak.
Hashtag
I can't pick on him, though. I
360.
like him too much.
And on Tuesday night, Jack will go through them. Good luck for the weekend ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jack.